निर्विशेष शून्यवादी पाश्चात्य देशतारिणे। जय श्री कृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्त वृंदा। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। ओम नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय। Hare Krishna. Today we'll be discussing from Bhagavad Gita as it is, chapter 2, text 50. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute tasmad yogaya yujyasva yogaha karmasu kaushalam. So Krishna says, Buddhi yuktaha, one who is engaged in this Buddhi yoga or acting based on the Buddhi given by Krishna, Buddhi yuktaha jahati. Jahati means one can get rid of. In this life, iha ubhe sukruta dushkrute. Both sukruta and dushkruta, good and bad results, one can get rid of. Buddhi yukto jahati. Tasmat, therefore, yogaya yujyasva. For the sake of yoga or devotional service, you be engaged. Bhakti yoga. Bhakti yoga, for the sake of bhakti yoga, you be engaged. O Arjuna, yujyasva. Because yogaha karmasu kaushalam. Kaushalam means the art of doing karma. Karmasu kaushalam. What is the art of doing work? That is by engaged in yoga. Our work should be connected to Krishna. Then the work becomes art. Or the right art of doing work is connecting to Krishna. So Prabhupada first talks about Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute. By engaged in this Buddhi yoga or Bhakti yoga, one can get rid of both good and bad actions or reactions. Good means to do something good, like building wells, like you will be driving on the freeway, you will see this road is sponsored by such and such. These are all sponsoring for public welfare activities, roads, hospitals, helping poor, adopting these highways and these kind of things. So it will give good results to you. It will not necessarily give the good result to the person you are helping. Of course, for the time being it will, but their karma they have to enjoy or suffer. If somebody is supposed to suffer and you are giving some nice comfort, it doesn't mean their suffering will end. The suffering will come again after you gave them some nice comfort. But you get a good result by giving that person something. So this is called Sukruti. But even that good result will bind you to take birth in next life to enjoy that Sukruti. And the danger is that you are getting a next life in this world, and getting a life in this world means inevitably there is a chance of doing bad. So if you do bad activity, which is vikarma, vikarma means sinful, what is not authorized in scripture, especially the 4 regulative principles: meat eating, intoxication, gambling, and illicit relations. And you have to pay consequences for that. So even Sukruti is not a great thing in this world. You'll get bound with good results and another body. Even you go to heavenly planets, Kshine Punye Matya Lokam Vishanti. So both Sukruti and Dushkruti are not encouraged in Bhagavad Gita. So what is encouraged? Spiritual Sukruti. by which you don't accrue any material sukruti or dushkruti. That is called buddhi yukta. Buddhi yukto jahatiha ubhe sukruta dushkrute. So the real good work, the real sukruti is actually work in Krishna consciousness. So one time in Europe, Srila Prabhupada was there. He was giving a class, and this lady came and she asked Prabhupada, "Oh, it's very nice what you are preaching, but what are you doing for the suffering of the people of the world? People are all suffering in this world in so many places." So Prabhupada, he just exploded. He said, "What do you know about mercy? What do you understand about compassion? What you understand is simply sentiment." And he gave a powerful example. He said, "Your idea of giving some sort of relief to people suffering is like blowing air on a boil that is full of pus." So you see somebody is burnt, and then there is a boil on the skin, and it's got full of pus in a horrible condition. The person is suffering. So another person comes and sees, "Oh, he is suffering so much. Let me blow some air." For 5 minutes, he blows some air and goes away. Yes, it is some kind of help, but is it really any tangible help, any substantial help? Can it actually help that person get rid of that suffering? No. It is only peripheral, external, sentimental. Yes, your intention is good, but actually it doesn't help that person. What is real mercy? The kind act you can do for such a person is to actually do some surgery, even though it may be painful. So, mercy means to cut through the ignorance of this person. And Krishna consciousness means the preaching of Krishna consciousness is based on this understanding that ignorance causes suffering, and that to enlighten people is the way to free them from ignorance. The real cause of our suffering is ignorance. We think we are the enjoyers of this world. We can take anything and enjoy whatever we want. It is pure ignorance. Just like a person buys a car, he comes to these roads. "Oh, this whole road is for me to enjoy. It's my sports car. Let me drive at 100 miles per hour." He doesn't know that there is a speed restriction, and he will put others in danger. He'll put himself in danger. He'll cause an accident. He'll be jailed. Why all this? Because he was ignorant of the rules and regulations of the road. Our enjoyment in this world has to be regulated. It has to be in knowledge. If we are ignorant, we will commit sinful activities and we will be punished. So how we can actually get rid of their suffering is to first give them knowledge of Krishna consciousness. That Krishna is the Supreme Personality of Godhead, and we have come here disobeying our sweet Lord, and we are committing sinful activities in this world without following the manual, the Vedic regulations. And that is why the nature is giving us three kinds of miseries. And how, by resurrecting, reawakening our Krishna consciousness, our suffering can be removed. Just like a kid on the street, he is suffering from, or he is begging, and he's suffering with hunger pangs and so on and so forth. Yes, you can help him with some food, But if you actually know his father, who is rich, and the kid has no idea about that, and what is real help? You just take him back to his real father, who is rich. That will end all the kid's suffering. So that is real good work. So what Krishna consciousness does is the real substantial help. So Prabhupada therefore says, one's ignorance can be removed by the instruction of the Bhagavad Gita, which teaches one to surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction, birth after birth. See, Prabhupada uses this nice word, very interesting word, liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction. So, what is this victimization? In order to understand victimization, let's look at another instance where Prabhupada talks about it. This comes in the context of Gajendra Moksha. So, Prabhupada was explaining in one place the fighting between this Gajendra elephant and the crocodile. As we know, Gajendra got bitten by this crocodile, and the crocodile would not leave Gajendra. Gajendra is in the water. The elephant is very mighty and strong, but when he enters the water, he becomes victimized by the crocodile because he is not in the proper atmosphere. That means he is a victim of, he becomes weak and becomes victim of a higher strength opponent. Victim means what? You are attacked by somebody, you become a victim of that attack. Why you become victim? Because you are weak. You cannot face that opponent. You become succumbed to that attack. If Gajendra was on the land, if the elephant is on the land, he can crush the crocodile. But because he is in the water, he is at the mercy of the crocodile. See, this water, if we are Gajendra, this material world is like the water. We are very weak. Our footing is not strong. We become submerged with Maya all the time. Therefore, we become victimized by the attack of Maya, the crocodile. This is what is called victimized. So if we read the purport again, Prabhupada says, one to teach Bhagavad Gita teaches one to surrender unto Lord Sri Krishna in all respects and become liberated from the chained victimization of action and reaction. So then that makes sense. So if we are situated firmly on the ground of Krishna consciousness, Maya cannot victimize us. It is our choice. Unfortunately, this knowledge is not taught anywhere, including the best of the universities you may go. Everybody talks on the bodily level. Nobody talks on the spiritual level. When Prabhupada went to this prestigious MIT university, everybody assembled and they were very eager to hear from Prabhupada because he became famous as the founder of the Hare Krishna movement, the Acharya of the Hare Krishna movement. And these youngsters were joining in droves. So they wanted to hear, what is this old Swami going to say? And the first thing Prabhupada did was give them a jolt. And he said, oh, you are such a big university. You have so many departments for studying the technology. But the first thing he asked, where is the department here to study the technology of the soul? Because understanding that principle distinguishes us from a dead body. isn't it? If that soul is not there, the body is dead. The body is of no use. The principle which gives life to the body. So, where is the science to study this all important principle of life? Even though you may say, oh, life is nothing but combination of chemicals and electric impulses, but why you are unable to assemble that chemicals and produce life when somebody dies? There is no department in this university for answering this question. Therefore, people are in ignorance. They don't know the self or the next life or the purpose of human life beyond animal activities. So Prabhupada openly called them that they are in ignorance. If they are not learning about soul, it may be polished animal activities. All the human activities we are doing may be just polished animal activities. But the science of the soul is taught in Bhagavad Gita. So we have to have the technology, just like technology for everything, technology for our body, bodily gratification. There is technology. Krishna consciousness movement is a technology of the science of the soul. And Prabhupada told them a story. There was this boatman once happily living in a village. All he would do is he would have somebody get in the boat, give them some money, and he would make them cross the river to the other side. So one time he got a visitor, a very advanced scientist. So he got into the boat, and the scientist, he started to look at the stars, and he asked the boatman, "Hey, boatman, do you know what are these stars?" And the boatman said, "Sir, I am an ordinary boatman. What do I know about the stars?" "Oh, 50% of your life is wasted, useless. Every day you are rowing the boat, you are looking at the stars, you don't know how they are lit, how much distance they are away, and light years, and so on and so forth. You wasted your life." And he said, the other person said, "Do you know what is this trees that are on the banks?" The person who got in, the scientist. "No, I am an ordinary boatman. I don't know." So he kept on saying botany and all that. Your 75% of your life is wasted. So in this way, the conversation was going on, and all of a sudden there was a storm, and the river began to swell, and the boat was about to get capsized. And the boatman said, "My dear sir, don't mind me asking, do you know swimming?" And he said, "Oh, no." And the boatman said, "Then 100% of your life is going to be wasted. I know swimming. I'm going to jump. I'm sorry about it." And he jumps. And this man, the boat gets capsized, and we know what happens. So, we are progressing in so many fields on the bodily platform: technology, economy, stock market. So much of energy goes in speculation, artificially raising the prices based on the demand, inflation, raising the paper as valuable currency, and the whole world runs around it. Illusory. So we are having so much technology, comforts, sense gratification. It's all there, just like that man asking the boatman, "Do you know this? Do you know that?" But what is the use? At the time of death, when Maya comes to capture you, nobody can help you. You will have to be placed in the body of a dog or a cat or a mouse or a rat, whatever, based on your animal consciousness. 100% of your life becomes wasted. So Prabhupada said there are six very important questions that we have to, any human being, every human being must inquire and answer. Unfortunately, we have no time, neither we have desire to understand these questions. What are these questions? What I am, why I am suffering, what is this world, what is my relationship with this world, what is God, and what is my relationship with God? These questions are very important. And there is no technology teaching anywhere to understand these questions apart from Krishna consciousness. Then people come and say, oh, do you mean we should stop our technological advancement and go back to primitive life? No, we don't. Prabhupada never suggested, nor the Acharya suggest. Prabhupada told a very nice story, nice proverb from Bengal. He said, a woman who is busy in household work also takes care for dressing herself nicely, isn't it? It is the nature of women. When they go out, they dress very nicely. Similarly, we may be busy with all kinds of technology. That is not forbidden. But at the same time, you try to understand this real technology. Decorate yourself. Understanding the soul means you're becoming glorious. Understanding Krishna means you're becoming decorated. So just like this woman finds time to decorate herself, we should find time to understand about spirit soul, to understand Krishna in the middle of all our duties. So many people, they come to temple and they come sometimes after a very long time. Oh Prabhuji, sorry, we got busy with that, we got busy with this new job or kids education. We'll come after the kids education. But the kids education will also go on, but they will never come. And at the time of death, we should not repent. Oh, I should have at least gone sometime. I should have tried to understand. I wasted my life. So that is why Krishna says, no, take it up as soon as you can. Right now. Tasmat yogaya yujyasva. So Prabhupada says, Arjuna is therefore advised to act in Krishna consciousness. Yogaya yujyasva. Your activity, there must be Krishna consciousness. Yogaha karmasu kaushalam. That is the art of doing work. We are not asking to stop work, stop all your activities. We are saying, bring Krishna to the center of your lives. And that is very easy just by chanting the holy names. You can incorporate the chanting of the holy names, at least one mala. If you're already doing one mala, increase it to 2, 4, 8. Then don't wait for 16. So like that, if you go on increasing this chanting, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Krishna will advise you how to act. But don't give up the holy name. You'll be lost in this whirlpool of Maya. Just like a person, we are like tossed in this ocean and we are being tossed by these waves, unable to breathe, unable to live, unable to sustain. We need the boat of Krishna consciousness to get us up out of this. So Krishna consciousness movement means we are saying continue doing anything and everything, but add Krishna to your life. The ordinary food you eat, you add Krishna, offer to Krishna, it becomes prasadam. Sometimes we are forced to be hungry. And you do it during Ekadasi, it becomes fasting for Krishna. Otherwise, Maya will force you to become hungry many times. So do it voluntarily. Vrata, Ekadashi Vrata. You're drinking water, Rasoham Apsu Kaunteya, think of Krishna. Water is the energy of Krishna. It becomes bhakti. You have inclination to travel. Plan a pilgrimage occasionally. It becomes bhakti. You have inclination to hear music. When bhakti enters music, it becomes kirtan. When bhakti enters your house becomes temple. And when bhakti enters your work becomes service to Krishna. So, in this way, we have to work with Krishna in the center. One time, Prabhupada, he was, I think, in Germany, he was telling about this chanting, why one should chant this holy name of Krishna. And the devotees were all chanting. And then a disturbed man, he said, "Oh, this chanting is mass self-hypnosis." And a lot of people who have agendas, they do that. And then Prabhupada kindly said, it is not self-hypnosis, it is self-purification. How nicely Prabhupada said. It's not self-hypnosis, it is self-purification. We are all dirty-minded right now. Every moment we are filled with dirt from this material world. Our minds are becoming contaminated, and that reflects in our activities. The world's activities, why they are struggling? Because no purification. You can externally purify yourself, your body. Nicely, you are buying soap and taking bath, cleaning your hair, brushing your teeth. But how are you purifying your mind? Without purification of mind, this world will be full of suffering. So you have to chant. That is for purification. When you chant and hear, that purifies your heart. Shrunvatam swakatha Krishna punyashravana kirtanaha hrudyantastohi abhadrani vidhunoti suhrutsatam. When you start to hear about Krishna, Krishna being the benefactor and well-wisher of the truthful devotee, cleanses the desire for sinful activity within the heart. It is purification. I'll stop here. Anyone has any questions or comments, you can unmute yourself. Bhagavad Gita as it is ki jai, Srila Prabhupada ki jai, Nitai Gaur Premanande, Hari Hari Bol, Hare Krishna.